to do. Just dig down into a business, really understanding the business inside out, through the numbers, through analysing everything really, from the treatment menu, the budget, the ins and outs of the business. And I always feel the rota, the staff performance. I always feel that you see a pattern through the numbers of how the owner is functioning. So sometimes, even if they do it before the first coaching call, you can actually see already the pattern emerging from the numbers.
Yeah, I mean, it just creates such a valuable document where you can clearly see the areas that are either bringing the business down, the areas of growth, what's working, what's not working. And when we talk about it a lot on our videos and everything else, but we always say it's those light bulb moments where because a lot of owners don't analyse the figures. Some do, but a lot of them don't. As long as there's money in the bank to buy what you need and pay the wages, then we're okay with that. And I definitely functioned like that throughout my journey, sometimes until I got a handle on things. But it is those light bulb moments where I don't know, oh my goodness, I didn't. And also, actually, when you go through the bank statement in detail, you realise maybe that you're still paying a standing order that was set up 2 years ago.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and you just don't look.
Yeah, or I mean, I do feel there's a lot of owners that are very aware of their numbers. It's two, isn't it? One that are not too aware because money's there, or ones that are struggling financially and they just can't see a way out. But it is I always feel it's all well and good to have 500 reports. If you don't know what to look for, and if you don't know what areas of growth you're going to have from understanding every areas of the business that we know are going to make a difference to the bottom line, to the profitability, you are constantly kind of chasing your tail. And it's also a very emotional exercise. We find a lot of the time. It's not just right, let's sit down, let's look at your figures and this is what we think. It's so much more than that, and we get to really understand the person that we're doing it with, you know, how they're feeling about everything, what they're thinking about it, what's driving them, what their work life's like, what their personal life's like, you know, of course, as much as they want to discuss with us, but it's very much an emotional exercise that we go through with them, because we're not just looking for them to make money. That's not always what it's all about. It's understanding, you know, is there positioning that they could step out slightly, or, you know, what does the team look like and how do they need to build on that team? Who do they need to recruit next? What's the budget for that? And where should they put their budget? And where should, what I feel as well, where should they start? Because this is it, we take that personal element to it, and we kind of start to get to understand how they function and their mindset. There's no point saying you need to do this and a long list of things, because that's overwhelming in itself. And the analysis can be quite overwhelming, because there is all these elements that are all marrying to each other. To each other, can we say that?
Marrying up.
Marrying up, yes, that's the word. And therefore it's going to feel that, well, if I do this, I have to do this, and I have to do this. So what I do like is the whole timeline of things that we know are going to make a difference within a month, 2 months, 3 months. And then in 6 months, you haven't had procedures for 20 years. Let's leave it at that. We'll do it in 6 months' time once you've sorted what we feel you need to sort out first.
Yes.
And I think that's perhaps one of the most powerful element to it. It's not off the shelf, isn't it?
No.
And then off you go and deal with it. It's much more just targeted for you, I guess. The tool is the same, but it's targeted to you and how you're going to approach it.
Exactly, the standards of the basics of what we do are the same with every client, but then every business analysis forms a different journey. And ultimately it comes out differently for each person, each individual, or a couple running a business or a partnership, however it may be, the end result is always different because everybody's individual, each business is unique, and each want and need out of that business is different as well. You know, we've got people in their 20s who own a business on their own to women in their 40s who have children, and we have husband and wife, and you know, so many different ways. But
and aspirations and dreams. What is it you want to achieve by the end of you know, a certain timing? Because I think that's sometimes forgotten in such an operational level, that we forget the vision. We never really talk about the 10-year plan unless you've got it and it's great, but at least next year, what is it that you want to achieve by the end of next year, and let's get you there. But I think that without having that hand holding, it's rather difficult to do it on your own, I feel. It
can be, and I also think that actually it's the business analysis is something that we 90% of our clients' members start with an analysis, because whatever they've actually come to us for, it might be that they want to input a commission or they're worried about the staff performance. What we often say is it's very difficult for us to comment on that or tell you what you can do to kind of make that better or change it without us understand. We want to understand the business fully.
Yes.
We really want to know what's going on, and then once we do, it's so much easier.
And I mean, recently we've done one, and it was a manager highlighting the salary of the manager, that we don't want them to leave, so we're keeping that manager. We keep upping the salary, and it was absolutely fine to some extent, because yes, it's all well and good to keep upping, but they're not profitable in their services. And actually, are they really managing? So when you really dig down into that element of understanding each role, understanding what's serving you as an owner, how many owners do we meet that, I'll just do that because I want to keep them. And I don't want to for them to leave. I'm just going to keep that wage going up or more commission. You know, sometimes actually it's a weight on the wages, but that's all it is. Now, what I do like is never the approach of, well, you need to dismiss the manager and that's it, because that's not the point.
No.
That's not what we want to do. What we want to do is analyse, okay, so fine, but let's tweak that role in order to get more for that money that you're spending on that amazing manager.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
So all you have to do now is press the subscribe button and join us every week for an insight chat.
And if you have any burning questions that we haven't yet answered, then just pop in the comments below or send us an email and we can include them in one of our weekly chats.
I've started this amazing community of like-minded salon owners to join us on a monthly basis with our Insight Chat subscription.
Yeah, on that chat as well, you'll also get access to lots of free downloads and content that can really support you in your business.
And thank you so much for listening.
And we'll see you next time.